Black almost on. What is going on, everybody? DarkScheme here, bringing you some Halo 5 gameplay, and today I'll be talking to you guys about the Halo World Championship NA Qualifier number 3 that happened this past Sunday. Catch you guys up on all the fun and all the action. And so far, it's looking really great. It's good to see the streams getting a little bit better every single week, and it is going to be good to see that growth up until the actual World Championship later this year. So there was a great competition this year from the NA scene with a lot more top team upsets this week. I thought it was going to be a little bit more balanced. Teams had a little bit more practice as they were not still on their breaks. But there was pretty interesting games, and I'll be getting into that a little bit later. So the stream did peak at around, I believe it was 6 to 6.5 thousand viewers. So around 6,000 was a good number to see the stream at, but I still want to see some more growth out of it. I want to see people continuously promote the stream and kind of just have others check it out, because it is a ton of fun to jump in and see these awesome games casted. So like I said, slowly the numbers are getting better. Definitely want to get it a little bit up higher. So there are a total of 6 online qualifiers in total, which means that by this time there are only 3 left. So we've had 3 qualifiers, we have 3 more, but the last 3 qualifiers are going to be a little bit different. There were 2 ways of earning points in the online ladder, and the 2 ways were playing game battles matches, which would award you a few amount of points for every single win you earned, or you would also be able to play in the online qualifier, and depending on your placement in the online qualifier would give you a certain amount of points as well. Well, that is going to be different since the online ladder will end on January 16th, which means that the last 3 qualifiers will be the only way to gain more points within the ladder. With the ladder ending on January 16th and the next online qualifier being on January 17th, it'll be interesting to see the top teams, because these online qualifiers are going to be for a lot more points. They're going to be for a lot more merits. So you're going to see a lot more top teams buckling down, practicing, and I think that's one of the biggest things to take away from most teams recently, is that they have finally gotten their roster changes settled, and there are very minimal team changes anymore. So now let's get right into this last online qualifier, which had some pretty interesting placements and a lot of great matches, a lot of top Halo being played. So starting from the bottom to the top 8 teams for your online qualifier number 3 were from 8th place to 5th place was Team Disobey, Team Leftovers, Team Winterfox, and also Dream Team, formerly known as Team Let's Get This Money. So those are your 5th to 8th place finishes. Really good Halo from these fellows. And now moving on to 3rd and 4th place. Tied at 3rd and 4th place is Team Liquid and Team Elevate. 2nd place we have Team Allegiance, and in 1st we have CLG. CLG and Allegiance went head-to-head in the finals, and it was an insane series to watch and to experience online, on the stream, and just a ton of, like I said, great Halo being played. Some matches to note, even before the top 8, was Winterfox versus Optic. In Game 2, it was a Slayer game on Plaza, and Optic had an insane clutch play at the very last stretch of the match to win the game. Unfortunately, Winterfox did stop Optic from placing top 8, and that would have been Optic's best placing within an online qualifier so far. So Optic is one of those teams which has been slowly but surely improving. Some people still doubt them as a team, but if they are improving as they are now, I can't wait to see them play in the next online qualifier and see what teams they upset this time around. So that is Winterfox versus Optic. That was for a top 8 finish. Unfortunately, Optic came short, but not without making a clutch play. So next up, matches to note was Winterfox versus EG. Winterfox pretty much continued their dominance. They played Evil Geniuses after defeating Optic, so Winterfox took out EG with a 2-0 finish, knocking them out of the qualifier. Game 1 was Strongholds on Empire. Pretty dominant game, pretty straightforward. Winterfox took it. And in Game 2, Slayer on Coliseum. EG had the lead for almost the entire match, but WinterFox pulled out the win. And like I said earlier, 2-0'd EG. Another match to note was the next match with Team Liquid facing off WinterFox. In Game 2, Slayer on the rig, WinterFox had control of the map and lead for most of the match until Team Liquid clutched up, took away WinterFox's momentum in Game 1, and took the series 2-0 from WinterFox, knocking them out with a 5th through 8th place finish. So Team Liquid took that, and they're looking stronger than ever. I believe they are finally starting to catch up after a little bit of a deficit last week. So it's great to see them playing. And of course, the final matches to note was the entire series of Allegiance versus CLG for the finals. Game 1 was Strongholds on the rig. Allegiance pretty much took it in a convincing fashion. Straightforward, objective. They outslayed CLG and took the match. Game 2 was Slayer on Eden, and CLG actually came back from at one point, 8-kill deficit and won the game 47-46 to tie up the series 1-1. And I feel like this game really took a big step and a big push from Allegiance. So they pretty much took their momentum and took Allegiance into Game 3. Game 3 was CTF on Coliseum, and Frosty pretty much went off in this game with a total of 23 kills. Dominant performance from CLG. So they went up in the series 2-1, and the last match, tournament match for Allegiance, was Game 4. It was a breakout on altitude. Now, Allegiance was not down and out. They made a great 2v4 round comeback, but of course CLG was the stronger team this week around. They took the entire match with a methodical last round. The score was 4-4. The next round, who won would pretty much take the entire match, and CLG went down one player, but like I said, methodical gameplay. They ended up clutching it up. That is pretty much the catch-up for the World Qualifier number 3. Next week's qualifier should definitely be one to watch. Hopefully we get those numbers up, and hopefully you guys enjoy what is going down with Halo as far as a competitive setting. It is a ton of fun to watch. It's great to see these top players playing and pretty much at the top of their game. There's a ton of money to be won, so you know that a lot of teams are buckling down on playing and actively trying to scrim and all that good stuff. And that is pretty much all I have for you guys today. So what do you guys think about the online qualifiers? Have you guys tuned into one? Do you think there is a way to improve these online qualifiers? And what is your top team to win the next online qualifier? Let me know in the comment section. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about this competitive side of Halo 5. And as always, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.